pop-up on you. This is a pop-up prayer service. I want you to get excited about that because it's a pop-up. Like when I had a boutique, we used to pop up. And people would come and they would spend their money. But we're talking about a pop-up prayer service that's going to ignite the fire within you. That's going to give you the faith to believe God for the things that you have need of. So it's going to be a little bit different tonight. By the way, whoever don't know, my name is Danielle Jennings. And it's going to be a little bit different tonight. It's going to be a little bit interactive. So if we ask you to pray, come on and pray with us. If we ask you to praise, come on and praise with us. And so our theme tonight is faith to believe. And everyone, as you entered, you should have received a little gift. Did you receive a little gift, maybe one per family? And that little gift represents the gift that God has given us. He has all given us the gift of faith. Matthew 17 and 20 says, because you have so little faith, truly I tell you, if you have the faith as small as a mustard seed, that you can say to that mountain to move, and it will move, and nothing will be impossible for you. Now there's a lot in that one scripture. Number one, we know that we learn that there are different levels of faith. Because here Jesus is saying, if you have the faith the size of that little small mustard seed, he said, so you know if that's just the beginning of it, if that's the minimum requirement, that there is a greater place that we can get to in faith. Even though your faith may be as that small, you have authority. So God is actually putting a weight on him. He's putting a weight on him. All he asks is just to believe that little bit. And then not only do you have authority, but the mountain will move. And then nothing will be impossible for you. Recently, we were sitting with our family, and everyone was we were at the table, and I decided to ask a question. And I said, do people like to pray? And we were all from different churches. Someone said, it doesn't matter what you try to do, nobody's going to come out for prayer. If you say it's prayer, just know nobody's going to show up. And then, we had some in the middle. We said, oh yeah, we have a good size that come out. But then there was another one where it was like another church, and they were like, well, more people come out for prayer than they do regular service. And so I asked, what is the difference between that church that no one wants to show up for prayer and then that other church where everybody's hungering for God? And so I began to think, part of it is because we're busy. We're busy with life. We're busy doing ministry. We're busy. We're so busy. But then the other thing I thought about was that we're afraid. We're afraid to ask God for something because sometimes we may have asked God for something before and it did not happen. And so instead of having the expectation, God, I'm going to believe you, I don't have that expectation anymore. And so I don't pray. And so I just allow myself to become busy. If we look back at Adam and Eve in the garden, fear was the first negative emotion that was actually felt in the earth. Because what did they do after they ate the apple? They became afraid and they hid themselves. So I want to, share with you today that fear and faith, if you look at it in terms of a spectrum, it's on the same line. And we choose if we're going to fear or we choose if we're going to have faith. So tonight, we're going to get ready for the first speaker, but I want you to take a minute because I said it's going to be an interactive church service tonight. And so I really want you to really just look inside yourself and just say, Lord, have I really been spending time with you where my faith would actually grow from this little mustard seed? Just take a moment and really think about it. And maybe you have to say, Lord, I'm sorry. sorry for being too busy with my life. I'm sorry for putting things above you, my job, my children, my husband, and not taking that time with you. I'm saying it, but I want you guys to say it. Just take a few moments. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to tell you how to say it, but I'm just going to give you 30 seconds and just really just begin to talk to God, because this prayer is about your relationship with Him. And Lord, we thank you for the gift of faith that you have freely given us. And Lord, we do not take it for granted. So Lord, in these moments, help us, show us how to have great faith. How our faith can move from the small mustard seed, how it can grow into bigger, so that we can see bigger exploits of God. That we will see your power moving in our lives, moving in the earth. Lord God, help us not to fear. So we cast out fear and we take on you, knowing that you are the author and the finisher of our faith. And we thank you now, Jesus. Hallelujah.